So I know I primarily upload Battlefield here on this channel, but one game that has always piqued my interest is Insurgency, especially their new title being Insurgency Sandstorm, developed by New World Interactive. And I think this is the right time to jump on in and see what this new game has to offer us later this year. Recently, a community update for the game has been released, giving us some valuable information as to when we can see Insurgency released, game modes, weapons, and more. There's a lot to go through, and if you want to hear all the information for Insurgency Sandstorm, just stay until the end. So, first things first, when is this game coming out? Well, they just confirmed that Insurgency on the PC platform will be releasing in September of this year. It will be on Steam for just the price of $30, and pre-ordering the game will get you a 10% discount, and if you already own the previous game, Insurgency, you get an additional 10% off that $30 price tag, making it 20% off in total. Not a bad deal if you ask me. Pre-ordering Insurgency Sandstorm will also give you access to the beta just before release, and this beta will be the full version of the game, with the main purpose being to squash any bugs or issues and receive some feedback on the game just before launch. Further details on the beta will be held until a later date. Now, Insurgency Sandstorm on both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 has unfortunately been delayed until sometime in the first half of 2019. The reason being was to further polish the game for consoles and make sure that the game was bug-free, stable, and will give a solid experience to players. It's unfortunate that console players will have to wait just a bit longer, but I think it's better than playing an unpolished and potentially worse running game. Insurgency Sandstorm will launch with the following game modes: Push, Firefight, Capture the Base for versus, Checkpoint for co-op, along with Operation and Outpost. Operation is a legacy game mode from the previous game Insurgency, and Operation is something more, described as experimental. Operation and Outpost will not be in the game at launch and will be added onto the game at a later stage as a form of post-launch content. They're still working on the game modes as of right now and making sure that they are balanced correctly and that they're tight, unique, and fun. Also with an emphasis on not making too many game modes to not split the player base too much. Speaking of post-launch content, it has been confirmed that all post-launch content for Insurgency Sandstorm will be free to all, which includes new weapons, maps, upgrades, and more. It's good that they announced this so players aren't split between the paying users and the base game owners. Modding support has also been confirmed, and the devs will give the users the items they need in order to create their own content and other modifications to the game. Insurgency Sandstorm will not have any loot boxes whatsoever, and the game will be funded solely on cosmetic items that will not affect your immersion or gameplay in any way. All great news to hear. At launch, you will be able to use 40 different weapons and upgrades, and other gameplay aspects such as fire support, artillery, chemical mortars, suicidal drones, all the way to helicopters. All of these details and additions to Insurgency Sandstorm is going to make this game so much of an improvement over the existing title, and is sure as hell going to be fun to play. The vehicle and infantry play is going to be a first for Insurgency, so I'll be hyped for that. And that about wraps up all the information in this community post for this upcoming title, Insurgency Sandstorm by New World Interactive. I'm interested to see where this new game will go and how it will be received, and I have high hopes for it. This game is definitely going to please players who want a more modern and more tactical and realistic shooter. If you want to stay updated on Insurgency Sandstorm information and on Battlefield as well, make sure to stay glued to this channel. I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on further information as we head closer and closer to E3. There will be bounds of more info for us to look at. And as always, it's been BloodHound, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.